it going?
Good.
Spontaneous of you and brave of you. I love
Well, I was here. Why not?
texting each other. May as well hop on and talk, right? I think it's great. Tell me just real quick, where do you practice and how long have you been practicing?
So I've been practicing for almost 18 years.
Nice.
And I practiced, just opened my business in January.
Your own practice in January. Sweet. And how's it going?
Well, not as busy as I want to be yet. And yeah, not as busy as I want to be yet. But I had a very good friend who kind of set me up nicely for my business because she just went through cancer treatment. So she could not maintain all of her previous clients. So she referred some to me. So she was a big help to start.
Gotcha. So you inherited some clients. Okay, got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, and then tell me again where you practice.
In Tri-Cities, Washington.
Oh, sweet. Okay, awesome, excellent. We just have people in this group literally all over the world, so I just like to kind of get an idea of where you are. And if you were an RMT in Canada, there's nuances to that, you know. So you're here in the USA, and I'm really familiar with that. That's great. Okay, cool. All right. Let's go back to your question, which was, let me just pull it back here. We were talking about what do you do? So my question to you was, when you say, here's the recommendation, first of all, are you telling them what to do, or are you kind of saying, here's what people generically do?
No, usually it's actually like, we need to make some progress here, and I don't feel like we're going to get ahead of this problem if we don't kind of hit it hard to start with, and then we can get you to your maintenance point, whatever that is for you. But it's not really, I mean, I said yes to all on that comment, but I'm actually not all about the money, but the other things you said, I was a little bit about. Okay. So they just look at it like, you really want me to come in here once or twice a week? Yeah. I can't, because the response is, I don't think my budget can handle that. That's why I feel that way, is because they're like, I don't think my budget can handle that.
That's their response. Okay. So let me just break this down for you. First of all, yes, really great job. I can tell that you hold that, I call it a doctor-patient frame, which what it is it's just, it's in communication skills and strategies and selling, which is what you're doing, right? You're selling your services. Most of us forget that in solo practice, our job is sales and marketing. What we're selling the service to, but we just think that our magic hands are going to do all the talking. That is not the case. You have to sell your service. You know how to sell it with heart, because so many of us just suck at selling, and we suck at self-promotion and all that, like we've, you know, talked about many times and through various channels that my face shows up. So in selling, it sounds like you're doing a great job holding the doctor-patient frame, which means, again, you're not a doctor and they're not your patient. I get that. But it's a frame you're holding around the conversation, which is, I'm the authority, I'm the expert in my office, and you're my expertise and my guidance. So really good job on that. A lot of people just crap out. They just go, they choke, they go, I don't know. But it sounds like you're like, this is what we need to do, and you're authoritative about it, which is really about the level of confidence. I'm sure you're really confident in what you're recommending to people, right? You're like, yeah, this is what we do.
Right.
Okay. So, okay, so good. So you're making that recommendation, and then the most frequent objection you're getting is price. Sounds like. Okay. So you got, this is for you, all right, Melinda, and this is for everybody else. In every sales process, which is what you're doing after a session, you are now switching from massage therapist hat to front desk salesperson, client retention expert, okay, which is all fancy for selling, okay? So every salesperson has to also be good at handling objections. That's part of the sales process. You know what I mean? Like no one, let me just put it this way. I've literally talked to thousands of massage therapists, thousands, who want my help and are asking about my coaching program. Not a single person has just laid down their visa when I tell them how much it is. Not a single person. If I wasn't adept and confident about this whole process, I would have no clients. And I have lots of clients.
Right.
So it's about advocacy at that point. It's about, there's so much you got to be in alignment with at that point. Otherwise you will explode and think, I'm so greedy, or I don't want to pressure people, or I don't want people to think I'm greedy, or gosh, I really do need the money, but I don't want to come across as desperate. You know, it's like, it's this like, right? It's this like,
it's a cluster.
Trying to drop the F-bomb there, but you got what I was saying. It's like, so give yourself some grace and some space that, of course, this is going on. I mean, have you had a decade training in the massage therapy industry? Probably not.
I'm sorry, repeat.
Have you had
an
experience in selling in the massage therapy industry? Oh. Right? You've had 18 years in your career, but going out on your own is totally different. Okay. So let me give you some tips and some pointers here. So one of the best tools in selling that I teach when I teach my clients communication, it's really about communication and selling, is a downward inflection when you're asking a question. This sounds super lame, but it is so powerful. Let's demonstrate this. Let's pretend, so I'll be you and you be your client that has a price objection. Okay. Is that fair?
Okay.
You just throw whatever you want at me. Okay. But first, let me just, and again, I might get the details wrong. Okay. But just bear with me. I'm going to pretend I know what you would say at the end of a session. I'm going to do my best to channel my inner Melinda. Okay. So ask me the question, what after a session, what does the client ask you? So how many sessions should I do? What do you recommend? Just start with that, and then we'll spring into the role play.
So you want me to be me, or you want me to be the person?
Be the client. Yeah.
Be the client. Okay. Okay. So how often do you think I should come in?
You know, that's a really, really good question. Based on your experience, you know, you came in here and you said your pain was an 8. And now we're done with the session and it's a 5. That tells us something. Do you agree? It tells us you're responded to this in some. Now I'm going to be honest with you. It didn't respond as much as I would like to see in terms of progress, but it's still progress, right? So you're asking me for recommendations for future treatment. So I want to tell you, if I were you, and based on clients I've had in similar situations, here's what I would recommend. I would recommend we get you in the next 4 to 6 days, because I don't love that you're walking out with still like a level 5 of pain. Does that make sense to you? Okay. And from there, I think we should just reassess. But let's just start. Let's just see if we can get right on top of this, get you in the next 4 or 5 days or so, and then see if we can get that pain level a little bit lower and just see how your body's responding to treatment. So does that make sense to you? Would you like to go ahead and do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think a follow-up appointment there.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Now, if you notice, okay, I only offered 1 appointment. What I do, Melinda, is just offer the next appointment, because you don't really know.
Okay.
At this point, you don't really know. But again, I don't know what this, you have different areas. Right. Maybe you're like, oh, this is great. Oh, that's totally, I don't know what your niche is. If you're doing pain management, if you're doing like prenatal massage or like athletic injuries, or there's a lot of different things you might be working with, and you would know what's the best kind of recommendation for your person. But because you're struggling with this, I would not try to sell them on a big ass package or 8 weeks of week, like, you know what I mean? I would just say, here's what I would recommend. Yeah. Let's go in the next 4 or 5 days with your next session, and then let's reassess and go from there. And do you notice does that make sense? Would you like to do that instead of, does that make sense? Upward inflection phase, uncertainty. What would you like to do? It's a question. It is a question, right? But if I say, what would you like to do? Yeah. Like, it sounds uncertain versus what would you like to do? I'm telling them what they actually want to do is book the appointment. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah, it does make sense. And actually, I often say that anyway. My go-to is, let's do a 1-week follow-up, because I want to hear back from you how you did after the treatment. I want to know how many days did you have no pain? When did you start noticing it coming back, or whatever the situation might be. But then once we get that 1-week follow-up, then when I actually try to provide that care plan for them, whether it's once a week or once every other week for a few months or whatever, then they'll still even give me like, well, I would love to do that, but I don't think my budget can handle that, because I don't do insurance, I don't do any of that. So, you know, I realize that, you know.
What do you charge for and how long is it?
85 for an hour, 125 for 90 minutes.
And do you mostly do 90 minutes or hour-long sessions?
I would say generally it's more hours right now, but I do have more and more people moving to 90-minute treatments. It just depends on the person.
Okay. And do you think $85 is a lot of money?
I feel comfortable right now at 85, but I already am making notes about the changes I want to make and need to make. What I'm trying to assess, I suppose, is it's my first year being in business by myself. So I don't know if I should give it a year, you know, to just kind of get my footing and go, okay, we're definitely making these changes first of the year, no matter what, you know.
Yeah, I hear you on that. And I could give you some guidance on that too, but I want to keep coaching you on the on the price objection. Okay. Have you done your numbers training? It's in the start here post of this Facebook group. I can drop the link for you. It'll tell you exactly how to set your rates.
Yeah, I've seen.
Okay. Because I still think
I really want to get coaching from you. I've been following you for a while. I'm just like,
you are getting.
I have a husband
right now. Yeah. So, but here, okay. So here's the thing. I think I know what's going on here, but let's just keep going. Do you have time? Do you have like 5 more minutes? Are you good? Okay. So, your own limiting beliefs about money, period. I don't even mean about massage and that is included in it, but overarching limiting beliefs about money will foul you up in the sales process of your own service or product. Does that? If you're struggling, you're going to think everyone's struggling. And they're not. There's a lot of people that are struggling. There's a lot of people that are not struggling. There's a lot of people that are totally purchase your services, but when we're struggling, we tend to project that on other people, and we try to bend over backwards to take care of them, or we sell out on the value of our services. We back down. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Here's how it goes. All right, now give me the price objection. Let's say we're at our second session. And I say, okay, Melinda, so your second session was great. You know, you're having really, really good progress. And what I would recommend is that we schedule you for a couple more sessions over the next month before we go on a maintenance plan. Ideally, I'd like to see you about once a week, just so that we know we can get on top of this. And I also know you said you've got this vacation coming up. You're going to be flying in an airplane, and that's when your back always hurts. So I want to be really proactive about making sure that we're keeping your pain down, ideally below a 4. Okay, so that's what I'm going to recommend, is probably 6 sessions over the next 4 weeks. What would you like to do?
I would like to do that, but my budget can't handle $85 once a week for the next 4 to 6 weeks.
So your budget can't handle it. So do you like the results that you're getting here?
I do.
Okay.
I just can't afford to come that frequently.
Okay, but if money wasn't an issue at all, you would be coming on a regular basis. Is that correct? Am I hearing that right?
Oh, sure.
Well, I just want to make sure, because listen, I'm going to be honest with you, Melinda. Sometimes people say they can't afford it because they just don't like. That's a nice way of saying thanks, no thanks, because they don't like the work that we're doing. So I just wanted to make sure, you know, that you can always be honest with me. If there's things that aren't working about the session itself, you can always give me that feedback, because there's a lot of things I can do differently. Okay. So I just sounds like you're happy with the service, but it's really just about whether or not you can afford it. Is that right? Okay. So
yeah,
I'm just going to pause.
Yeah.
So all I did there is I isolated the objection, because I have I know what I'm dealing with. Guys, how many of your clients lie to you? A lot. A lot of clients are going to lie to you and go, oh yeah, it was great. Oh yeah, I'll rebook later. And they never do. It's because something was off in the session. They're not bought in on what you're doing. It's not a good fit. They didn't like your technique or your bedside manner or whatever, you know, something subjectively was off in the session. So that's why I asked you those for clarifying questions. And can you guys see that takes courage to do that? It takes, you're now getting into people's like underwear drawer. You're like, I really want to find. Oh, you love my metaphors. You guys love my metaphors. I'm crazy. All right. So it takes courage, and most people don't do that. They just go, oh, okay. Or they go, oh, well, I'll discount you. Or they sell out. Okay. I wanted to point that out. So here, by the way, those of you that are watching, I'm just curious. I've never, it's been a long time since I pulled somebody up on screen like this. I'm just curious. Those of you that are watching live, our viewership just jumped a lot higher. I'm curious. What do you guys what's going through your head right now? Have you been in scenarios? So feel free to comment in the chat as well, or the comments below. I'd love to see what people are thinking about this. And you're just so freaking brave to just jump on and let me coach you. So many people are so afraid of me and they're intimidated by me. I really appreciate your courage right now. Okay.
I literally just come home from work, sat down in this chair, and you were live, and I was like, yay, good timing. So anyway, still in my scrub.
But you know, like this is what I like to remind people. We do the hard stuff in the business because it allows us to do the good stuff. We have to do the unsexy, awkward stuff, which is sales conversation, in order to do the thing we love, which is working with bodies, working with people, right? Okay, now let me ask you, oh gosh, I could literally go on this for 2 hours, and we're not going to. The next thing I think was something like this, to say, okay, I got it. So it's really just about whether or not you can afford it. That's right? It's really okay, so what can you afford? Could you come at least every other week? Would that?
Probably
once a month. Okay, well then let's just try that for now. But I want you to really pay attention in between. I want you to text me if you're in pain, because we can either move that appointment. I also just want to keep track of, because I know it's your goal to get out of pain so that you stop missing work and you have a functional life. So I think that's, we're going to pause here. What did I do there? I just did a negotiation. That's all I did. I just was like, well, what can you afford? Because I don't care. It's not like I need her to be like, you have to be on my schedule or you can't be a client. It's okay, well then let's work something out. What can you afford? We dial it back. They say once a month, and you say, okay, awesome. But remember, I still really want this person to come in more frequently. I genuinely believe they need more frequent treatment. I'm not trying to suck dollars out of them. I just know the power of the work. Don't you? You know, like, I really think you need to come in more frequently, but I hear you. Money's tight, so let's just get you in 4 weeks. And then I would just go right there and just the appointment. Okay. But because I'm going to give them further tasking about text me. Pay attention to your pain. If your pain is ever above a 6 for 3 days or longer, I need you to text me. Because see, what that does is it's now getting them focused on how shitty their life is without you. Right? And
yeah, totally.
It's not manipulative. You're establishing in the client's mind the value of the service that you provide. Also, you're showing that you really care about them and that it's okay if they text. Do you see how this is like level of communication, of conversation? It's like, we don't really do this as body workers unless you've been trained by me. And I don't mean that to say I'm like, you know, I'm totally confident in what I do, because my clients come back and go, you changed my life. I'm now communicating, dating. I'm a better parent. I'm a better partner, spouse, or lover, or sister, or friend, because this is not just about your business. Your business is being impacted by your personal fears and your personal beliefs about money. And when we change that, we change everything. Okay. So the way I would do it, I'll give you another one really quick, just because I'm having so much fun here. Another way of looking at that, selling is fun. It's fun. It's fun to sell my services and to create value. And because if I can't create value in the mind of that person, I don't want a dime from them. If they don't love me totally want to come back. This is like a marriage made in heaven. I don't want to do business with them. They're just going to be a pain in the ass, and they're going to cancel. They're going to book and then cancel all their appointments. It's like your dad not showing up, your estranged dad not showing up to your 5th birthday party after he promised that he would show up. That's how it feels. Those are the kinds of issues we unknowingly bring into our practices. And we wonder why we're struggling to get clients. Well, because we think it's about, I need to just get tips about how to retain clients. No, you don't. You need to forgive your father. You need to get over money issues. You need to get over your habit of bending over backwards to take care of people. See, and I'm not saying that's with you specifically, but we as a collective industry have a lot of bad habits of caretaking other people at our own expense, and we become doormats. I'd like you to become lanterns. I'd like you to hold up the light and say, hey, let me have you think about this differently. So here's another way you can do this. Let's say this person really needs a lot more body work. Like, no kidding. Let's say this person is a shit show, and you just know, dude, if you walk out of here with 1 session in the next 4 weeks, just no. Just not work that way. Okay. Yeah. So that's where I feed in, and I really can take a stand for this person, because I can say, okay, listen, here's the thing. They go, well, I can only afford once a month. And I might say, can I just be brutally honest with you? You can't afford not to have more than 1 session a month. Can I ask you a question? How long have you been dealing with this pain? So pretend you're the client. Okay. We'll go back in the role play. How long have you been dealing with this pain?
Okay. At least 10 years.
10 years. Okay. If you had to put, I know you can't put a price on it, but if you had to put a price on how much it's cost you trying to find solutions, lost work hours, being grumpy with the people that you love, I know you can't put a price on those things, but with all of those rolled together, the money you spent trying to solve this problem for the last 10 years, plus the emotional toll, what's the number that pops in your mind? How much does having this problem cost you?
Oh, thousands at this point.
Give me an actual number.
Probably $5,000 to $10,000 between doctors and medications and trying these different therapies. All of it.
And none of that has worked for you. I want you to know
it's true.
I am very confident that if we approach this the right way, you're going to have massive relief. Melinda, I'm really confident. Now, again, I can't guarantee that because it's your body. I don't, but I want you to know I'm going to show up 100%. Doctors usually don't even touch you. I'm looking at your body, your thoughts, your spirit, what's going on in your life. This isn't just a muscle issue. Most chronic pain, emotional in nature. And I want you to know, I know that. And I'm going to bring to the table, no pun intended, but I am going to bring that to the table. And I'm very confident with the tools and the mindsets and processes that I have for you, that you're going to see great improvement. But I'm going to ask you to commit to 6 to 8 sessions, and that's going to be about $1,800. But that pales in comparison to the $15,000 you've literally wasted over the last 10 years. I only charge $1,500, and I'm very confident we can make some serious good headway. So do you think you can find a way to make that?
Yeah, when you put it like that, I think I can.
Okay, cool. So how can I support you? How would you like to move forward? Do you want to, and in fact, listen, here's another thing I'll do just to help you out. I offer a 5% discount for people that just prepay. If you want to like slap it on a credit card or something like that, if you actually want to prepay for those sessions, it's going to save you even more money. So that would take it down to $1,597 for your next 8 sessions. I'm just totally making up numbers, you guys. Pardon me. I don't have a calculator in front of me, but okay. But I would say that that's what it would be if you want to just go ahead and pay for the whole thing. And that way, you know, you're committed to your healing. I know you're committed to your healing. You're going to show up for your appointments because they're already paid for, and I don't give refunds. Okay. Like, we're going to go in together and we're going to do this work together. And I am really confident that we're going to have some major, major headway. So what works best for you? Do you want to pay the 5%, you know, and pay the full price and just go 1 session at a time? Or do you want to save 5% and just slap it on a credit card or whatever you've got?
Well, if I'm speaking for myself, I would probably say I'll pay as we go.
Okay.
You know.
Okay, perfect. So then let's go ahead and get you scheduled for, so today's the, what is today? Today is the 30th. Okay, so looking in next week, I just don't want you to go longer than like 7 days, just so we can really establish a good baseline here. So could you make Tuesday or Wednesday work? Is either of those better than the other?
Let's do Tuesday.
Tuesday, okay. And then does the same time work for you? Does 4 p.m. work for you? Okay, yes. Awesome. So I'll go ahead and you booked for that. And then we'll see where you're at. But I do want to give you some assignments in the meantime. Okay. I want you to pay attention to your emotions and see if there's a correlation to certain types of emotions and when your pain is actually on the rise. Will you do that for me for just the next 7 days? Just write anything down. You can just jot it down, sticky notes. I don't care. You could even text it to me or email it to me. But I just want to get a baseline feedback of what's going on there for you. Would you do that? Okay. Yeah. Okay, now what was that like for you as the client? It's okay, you can bring her in. It's fine. I'm doing a Facebook Live, but it's okay. She's asleep. Oh, she's asleep. Okay. Sean and I are leaving. Perfect. Okay. Thank you. Bye. My home assistant is leaving. My nanny's leaving. Needs to let me know what's up. I'm like, it's all good. I would bring my daughter for Facebook Live too. She's done plenty of Facebook Lives with me. But okay, what was that like for you as the client?
It feels more like you care for me as a person and that you don't care just about the money. Yeah. You know, I feel like as the therapist, I try to go that route, a lot of what you said, but there was a lot of golden nuggets in there for me that I think I could implement as well. So, yeah, so it was good. It's good. It feels right. There. I guess is maybe how I would say
Good.
it.
You felt like you got like I served you at a high level. I care enough about you to help you find a way out of your pain. Because it was never about you want to purchase my awesome program and can I make a good sale today? It was how do we get you out of pain? And over again, and by the way, I was speaking from myself. I don't know what tools you offer. Guys, I'm very confident. I got all the mind body tools. That's what I do, right? So I know if a person is willing to commit 10 hours with me or 8 hours with me, I don't need to get them on a massage table. I can get a pain in a conversation. So I am very in selling that because I know that she has never tried what I have to offer, and it's freaking cheap compared to all the time, money, energy, and resources she has wasted trying to just and that goes up there. And yes, there is a fee. Of course there's a fee. That's incredibly valuable. But you left in the presence of like, wow, that's really valuable. Like I have hope here. There's a possibility I could actually, resolve this pain instead of somebody going, dang, didn't get the sale. It's never about that. It's I know and with an earshot of me that is all about the money. In fact, massage therapists are so the opposite perspective and opposite end of the spectrum, and that's why they're struggling. Is because it's not it's about not the money, and that's wrong. That's just as bad and just as selfish. I'm gonna say that word. That's just as selfish as being all about the money is pretending you're not. It's a business, and you have to the scale in your head and your heart so that you can sell with this level of confidence and clarity and certainty in your clients. And by the way, that's exactly how I sell what I do. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm proof of like coaching services. It's like, hello, you are totally wasting money. You're totally wasting money. Yeah, I know I'm not cheap, but you're totally wasting way more money not knowing how to do this and not getting support doing this. And the sleepless nights and the Google and the trying the DIYs and all of those things, right? Because I absolutely believe in what I do. It's not even a belief. I've got shit tons of evidence that it works, right? I want you to go drive up all of your evidence that what you do is worth it, what you do is good, how you really do know your stuff, and you've got to build up your own beliefs about the awesome power of the work that you do. And I think you're undercharging. You're charging so little, you're clients. I got students in Washington, 140, 160 an hour. You could literally double your rates and you would actually get rid of the cheap ass clients that are just looking for a nickel and dime deal. Go find someone doing a Groupon, but that's not you. You raise your rates and confident in what you offer, and you have those skills. and that's your life.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Which I had 5,000 other questions in my head, but I won't.
Shall we? Let's do this.
I know. We should. Yeah. I think the hardest thing, and I don't know if anyone that's watching feels this way too, is that you feel confident in what you're trying to do or say to your people. And then when you talk to people around you, they make you second guess what you're doing or how you're doing something. So there's that as well. Maybe it's just me, or like, you know, and it's harder coming from people that are close to you, like your own parents or whatever. They're saying, well, maybe if you just did this, or maybe if you do that. And it's like, I really don't want to do my business like that. I want to do it like this. Like, you're never going to do that in this area. People won't pay that much in this area, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like people getting mad.
They do. And you're not alone in that. I hear that all the time. And you know what the problem is? Getting advice from people that haven't built successful massage practices. I've built hundreds, including my own.
Right.
So I don't take advice. I would not ask a plumber what to do with my dental issues. Maybe my plumber might have a dentist and have been to a dentist, but he's not a dentist, and he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand all of the intricacies. You know, you want help with a child with autism, you go to experts with children with autism. You don't ask parents with kids. It's not the same thing. Okay. So huge step for you would be to stop asking non-experts for expert advice, and don't let people give you their opinion unless you're asking for them. They will. I see this even in students in my program, and they're like, oh, this and that and the other, and and I go, stop asking your husband for advice. Oh, or my mother thinks I shouldn't raise my rates. I say, with all due respect, your mother's wrong. I even had in my coaching program, she wanted to go, this is literally last week, she was planning on building a mobile business because she thought it was less risky. Through our conversation, she just what she wants, and she wants to now get an office, and her husband panicked. He totally panicked, and she's like, Rebecca, help. I said, get him on the Q&A call. Literally brought her husband in to our group, Rock Your Massage Practice Academy live Q&A call, and I coached her husband. He's not even in the program. But I was like, you got to listen. I know what I'm talking about. This is not less risky. Practice, way riskier. Let her, you know, and he had some fears. I talked him through that. You know what I mean? But just know, like, he was bringing his own wounding onto her. The people in your life will bring their own fears onto you. That is one of the best ways to kill somebody's chances of success, is to allow the opinions of people who are non-experts, who literally don't know what they're talking about, or they literally just don't know what I know. They could know a lot about business, an accountant, they could have built a franchise, but they are not a massage therapist. And that's my superpower. I am one of you, and I've been where you want to go, and I've coached thousands of people to get the results. So it's not because I have an A, it's because I know what works in this industry, because I've done it. Does that make sense? Right. So I know we could talk forever. Yeah, I would love that. But
I need to set up a call with you is what I need to do. I'm sorry about my dog.
You need to book a call with my team and look getting into my He does best.
Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry. I can't grab him. He's across the room.
It's totally. But that's what I would do, is just go and book a call and talk to my team. I don't talk to people anymore on the phones. We have way too high of a demand. I have a team. I have 19 people on our team now. This is big. We are taking over the industry, and we are doing awesome stuff. So that's always free to anybody. You know, just go book a call with my team and get clarity about what your next steps are. If we can help you, we'll tell you that. If not, we'll tell you. And you'll also like, holy shit, I really want to work with you, then we'll help you figure out a way to make that work, even if it's not in your, you'll find a way. If you find a way, don't even worry. Okay. So thank you for jumping on. I appreciate your courage, Melinda. You're awesome. And I hope that we get to do this again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. It was fun. Thank you. All right. Bye.
Oh, I just love that. Was so fun and so spontaneous. You guys, were there just some golden nuggets in there? Like Melinda said, I just think that that was so fun. I love coaching. I am really, really happy when people are coachable and they're open and they realize, hey, you know, if what you're doing was working, you wouldn't be having any problems, right? You wouldn't be struggling the way you're struggling. That's my goal, to get you out there and giving your gifts to the world and just learn the basic blueprint of how to run a massage practice from the business perspective. It makes it so much easier. So, okay, so we have lots more questions to answer, but I'm going to sign off for now because that was super fun and spontaneous. But those of you that are watching the replay, man, go back and watch the replay. And I want you to comment below just any insights, anything you learned, any questions you have, ahas, all of that stuff, because I really feel like we had an awesome interaction there that provided so much. So yeah, there's just a lot of good things that I think that you guys could take away from that, but I want to know what you took away from it. Okay. All right, so that's it. Again, if you guys want to connect with me, yeah, thank you, Melinda. So fun. If you want to connect with me, we always offer a complimentary 60-minute discovery call with my team over at rockyourmassagepractice.com. You can also register for my free webinar over there, 5 shifts for creating your own successful massage practice. I have a YouTube channel. Just get on YouTube and search Rock Your Massage Practice, and you'll find my stuff. Subscribe. We've got tons of videos, hundreds of hours of free coaching, insights, information. We've got plenty of people also in this community that are here to connect you with the resources that we have. And I just want you guys to know I am on a mission to end poverty and struggle in this industry. It does not have to be complicated. You can be thriving in less than 12 months. Most of my students and graduates of my program are thriving in less than 12 months. Like, go from nothing or very little to absolutely rocking their massage practice in less than 12 months. And that's what I want for you guys. But it takes a willingness to dive in, to do the work, to look at your own limiting behaviors and your own limiting beliefs. And it just really takes courage. And more than anything, it takes being 100% committed to being successful. A lot of people want success, but I'm looking for the committed. A lot of people want to try it, or they only want to go as far as it's comfortable. It's not going to work. That's called a hobby. All right. When you really go all in on your dream, it takes total commitment to going for the long haul and rolling up your sleeves, doing the dirty work, doing the hard stuff, doing the self-reflection. All right, you guys, rock on. Have an awesome day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.